Cleo Corraine from 90 Day Fiancé. Before the 90 Days is looking very different since fans last saw her together with Christian Allgood in Season 6. Cleo created history by being the franchise's first transgender woman. She was in a relationship with Christian from Minnesota, who proved he wasn't the perfect man for her. While Christian and Cleo bonded well when they dated online, the extroverted man didn't take into consideration Cleo's needs as an autistic person. Cleo tried to ignore all the times he was unfaithful, such as using his Stainers Anonymous Discord server to meet other women. Being autistic created a lot of challenges throughout Cleo's life. Growing up, Cleo was an undiagnosed autistic person. She was subjected to a lot of bullying because she was different. She tried to suppress and mask her symptoms. She would go as far as writing down what she had to say or reenact conversations while trying to socialize with people. However, Cleo failed at what she did until she realized being autistic allowed her to be unapologetically herself. Cleo was very proud of it. Cleo is originally from Italy, but moved to England to work and study. Cleo is studying for an MSc in psychology and is interested in the fields of well-being, acting, art, and the promotion of diversity. She's also a neurodivergent activist. Cleo was a content creator on Instagram before 90 Day Fiancé. She took a keen interest in astrology. Cleo liked to know what to expect in situations, such as figuring out what the star signs of her filming crew were to understand them better. She was hyper-fixated on astrology, and it gave her a sense of relief and peace. Christian revealed he'd been called starry-eyed Christian before, where he tends to get really infatuated with someone for a time. And then after things don't work out, and they're gone, he'd immediately go with someone else. Christian had eloped with a girlfriend during the pandemic and ended up getting it annulled within a year. He had never found someone to spend the rest of his life with until he met Cleo. He called Cleo a princess from another planet. Christian had found Cleo on Instagram while scrolling through the app. They started talking a year before filming the show. Christian thought Cleo had a sense of humor that instantly cracked him up. He admitted he would crush pretty easy around a girl who could make him laugh. While their chats were only friendly at the start, their feelings for each other evolved. They had been together on video calls every single night for 4 months, and sometimes for hours at a time. He told the cameras that Cleo was really different from women he had dated in the past. Christian got cold feet before traveling to London, since his family members and friends questioned Cleo's sexual identity. They didn't want him to date a trans woman. Christian was afraid of kissing her or holding hands with Cleo in public. When it came to intimacy, Christian lied to the producers that they'd not had sex when Cleo told the cameras something exactly the opposite. Christian openly flirted with other women while on a date with Cleo. He even invited someone he'd randomly met at a bar to a Thanksgiving dinner at Cleo's apartment. What Christian thought was harmless fun was hurting Cleo. The couple split for the first time in October 2023. Cleo had revealed they struggled to deal with their relationship, being in the public eye, and the long distance was getting to them. However, the couple got back together, and Christian even proposed to Cleo. Cleo had gone to the U.S. for a month to be with Christian, where he told her their love wasn't the same anymore, and the spark they had before was gone. He gave her mixed signals and told her he wanted to make the engagement work. However, Christian wanted an open relationship. Cleo decided to undergo transition shortly after her first split with Christian in October 2023. Cleo launched a fundraiser to raise money for her gender-affirming surgery. Cleo had found it hard for her to value herself as an individual because of her gender dysphoria. The cost of gender-affirming surgery, endocrinologist visits to enhance my hormone replacement therapy, voice therapy, and laser hair removal has been financially out of reach for her. While she was able to raise only $11,698 out of the $44,325 needed, Cleo still flew to the U.S. to start her medical transition and underwent facial feminization surgery. Cleo's first ever video revealing what her face looked like after getting procedures done to change the shape of her face to look more feminine received a roaring response. The reel crossed over 1 million views. Cleo is keeping her face bandaged as it fully heals, and it might take a while until she's back to working as a model. Still, her recent modeling assignments after her 90-day fiancé stint have also received a lot of attention. Cleo recently modeled for House Labs by Lady Gaga and walked down the ramp in Paris for the European launch of the brand. Cleo has undergone quite a makeover, even when it comes to her hair and outfits. She was styled by London-based sustainability stylist Robert Ali for a photo shoot. Cleo wore a vintage outfit with a printed blouse and an Align skirt with knee-high slouchy boots. She sported dark brown hair in most of her newer photos. This is just the beginning of Cleo's journey as a transgender icon and a reality TV star after 90-Day Fiancé. Before the 90 days, as she inspires millions around the world to achieve their dreams as she did despite adversities.